Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, December the 6th, 2022. Tuesday, December the 6th. Well, I mean, it was a non-eventful day. I mean, Esme's getting comical, but actually funny. But anyway, we have Trina and Ava. They're shopping, in the little center that Sasha was over decorating. They've got sale crafts and things that they're selling in that square. And so they're shopping. And then really cutie patootie that we haven't seen in forever. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go to here. Let's go to, wait, that one's the wrong one. Let me get rid of that picture. We went to, I'm going to upload another picture here because it was Rory and Trina. That's the picture that I really want you all to see because they look so cute together, even though Trina is absolutely positively not feeling Rory that much anymore. She really, really honestly is not. So we shall see what happens there. Let's see if that's, no, it's still the wrong picture. Well, I had a picture of Trina and Rory at the little square looking too cute together, and Ava was kind of glancing over at them. So that was really, really cute. But then at that park, the same park, Victor, of course, is there. Now, what did the drug that Holly have Miss Wu give him? Did it put some kind of little tracker in his body that we could now track his moves? Did it, I mean, because he still got all his hair, so it didn't make his hair fall off. It didn't make him like just go to the bathroom uncontrollably on himself. It's not making him lose his mind. Maybe it was some kind of slow working agent because something has to come up about that. Something. She went to all that trouble to have him ingested. So I can't wait to find out what is that going to do to Victor. I think we should find some funny stuff happening with him. But anyway, he's talking to Ava, such a creeper. And this time he out now said, then perhaps there'll be room for you and I. And Ava kind of looked in because you need because she was talking about Trina and Rory, oh, young love, and he goes, ah, nah, young, no, you know, need to be something older. You need to stop messing around with my nephew. You guys aren't compatible. You need somebody older like me. And they was kind of looking at him like, look, I'm not into old geezers. I'm into, look, as it is, Nicholas is old because Morgan Corinthos was definitely my daughter's age, but I actually like Ava and Victor together. I'd like to see how that would work because for one, Ava's not a pushover. And for two, we've seen how stupid Victor acts when his women, he like Obret, held her hostage and then was just gushing all over her like a puppy. So I think Ava would definitely have an upper hand in that situation. So then we have, let's see. So Trina and Rory, they kiss and they make a date for dinner. And then Ava comes back over and she's like, Rory is such a good guy. She's talking about Trina. But then Trina looked at her and said, but why do I still keep thinking about Spencer? Well, why do you? And so Ava's like, the bad boys, we need to leave them alone. Ava speaking from experience, right? So now we have Spencer with his uncle, great uncle Cyrus. And Spencer's like, don't be spreading no rumors about my great uncle Victor trying to have my mother killed. I don't believe it. He would not do that. He would not. And he's like, yes, Victor will. Victor has no remorse. This is what Cyrus is telling him. He has no remorse for anything that he does. He says, look, I'm in here paying for what I did. He says, Victor's never paid for anything he's done. And I'm telling you, you would be wise to pick the right side on which uncle you want to be with. And then he gives him this gift. It's these pretty little, they almost look like ivory dove things, something really cute. And she's like, here, you can give this to Trina. And Spencer's like, I can. He opened the box and Spencer looked at it. He goes, Trina would love that. And he's like, but I can't take this and give it to you. He goes, yes, you're going to take it and you will. You know, she deserves it. And Spencer's like, no, Trina deserves better than me. She deserves to be with somebody. Like, she didn't say Rory's name, but she deserves better. And Cyrus is like, no, you deserve the woman you want, or the girl you want. So here, you take this and you give it to her. And so Spencer took it, right? And he goes, thank you, And just then, who walks in but Uncle Victor? And I'm like, my goodness, they're just letting all kind of visitors in Pittenville. But see, at that little square, the little shopping Christmas bazaar square, his deputy mayor, the deputy DA, no, deputy mayor, and I said his deputy mayor because really that is Victor's deputy mayor. He's like, did you get done what I wanted? And she's like, I'm working on it. And he's pissed off that the diamonds are presumed destroyed. And he goes, look, I have a plan B. My plan will still work without those diamonds, but I needed the diamonds, right? So he's mad. And he goes, I need you to do what I asked you to do. Get it done. She goes, I'm working on it. So after he talks to Ava, he walks back over to her. I mean, how inconspicuous can they both be? Backs are to each other. Who in a park, in a public place, our backs are going to be to each other while we're kind of turning our heads to talk? Hey, so-and-so. Yeah, you're right. I got it. Yeah. In all this space, why would your back be to somebody else? And you're talking. That just doesn't look conspicuous at all, does it? So she goes, it's done. What you wanted is taken care of. So he's happy. So now he shows up in Pittenville. My guess is he pulled a favor to get Spencer released a few days early, because Spencer went in September. It was 3 months. This is December now. Spencer should be getting out, period. So I think Victor got him released a few days earlier, a few weeks early, so he could get him away from Cyrus. He wants to make sure that Cyrus cannot influence Spencer in the least. So I think that's what's going to happen. And I'm happy. I'm ready to see Spencer out of Pittenville. It was about, and I'm happy nothing bad happened to him. I'm really, really happy about that, because I was worried. We didn't think nothing bad was going to happen to Michael Corinthos in jail, but look, we were all shocked, weren't we? And then they had some mindless chatter with Alexis and Finn, and Alexis is telling Finn to talk to Elizabeth. And Finn is still trying to figure things out, why Elizabeth is reacting the way she's reacting. And he's like, I think I got one more piece of the pie. And Alexis is still doing her thing about, we want to find the killer. So Finn shows up at Windermere at the last scene of today's episode. Now, mind you, Esme was doing her Esme, faking. Oh. So he calls Liz to come over. Now, Liz is a nurse, but she's sure walking around with a doctor bag. She's Dr. Weber, right? She's walking around with her medical bag. Now, who would think that was weird for a nurse, right? So she gets there and he's like, is she okay? And she's like, oh, she goes, has she ingested something? Has she, what kind of, you giving her any other medicine? He goes, no, just the prenatal vitamins. And so Liz like, let me see the vitamins. So Nicholas grabs the bottle off the dresser or wherever it's at on a table, and he's shaking it and he's like, it's empty. He said, you don't think she took all the prenatal vitamins at once? And Liz goes, oh my goodness. Then I'm just gonna have to pump her stomach. So Liz opens the medical bag, and of course, Esme jumps up. You are not about to do that. You are not about to pump my stomach. So she jumps out of the bed and she goes over to where her lunch is, sitting on this tray, right? Because she's starving at this point. So she's starting to chow down because she's been playing sick all day. And so Elizabeth's like, there we go. She goes, did you think no, I think Nicholas said, did you think we were going to fall for it again, Esme? Again. So what happened to the pills? So she goes, I took one and threw the rest away. And Elizabeth said, whoa, you actually took a prenatal vitamin? I think somebody's getting attached to this baby or wants this baby too. And she kind of looked at Elizabeth like, shut your mouth. When she really does. They're really showing us she's really getting attached to her baby, right? So Nicholas says, can you get her some more prenatal vitamins? But he asked Elizabeth a little bit later for that. Esme decides to tell Elizabeth that Nicholas wants her dead. And so she goes, Nicholas does not want you dead. He goes, yeah, he'll go through a lot. Asked him about how he and Ava tried to make me disappear before. And Elizabeth looks at Nicholas and he goes, she's lying. No, asked him about the parapet and what happened. How I abruptly left Port Charles the first time. And I told everybody this, right? And on a recap a month or so ago. Bottom line, it's Esme's word against Nicholas and Ava. Esme's word. She was running from the cops. See, period. She's lying. She's running from the cops. She disappeared right after Spencer's trial. Or she left here after Spencer's trial. I don't know where she went, but then all the evidence came out. So she's been on the run. We didn't do nothing to her. Nothing. That's all you have to say. Esme does not want any of them to call the police. None. She's going to go to jail. So she could say all she wants about Nicholas and Ava, and it's no, she's lying. Period. And it's a moot point at that point. But Nicholas is looking like, no, don't even believe her. She's lying. And Nicholas and Elizabeth's like, he goes, can you go get her some more vitamins at the hospital? So Elizabeth goes to leave to get some more vitamins. And I'm thinking, how she get, look, pharmacies don't just hand out prenatals. Well, you know what? I take that back. Yes, you can. You can actually order prenatal vitamins on Amazon. So yeah, you can get prenatals, right? So anyway, she leaves and Nicholas goes back up there and Esme saying, yeah, she's gonna ask you. Yeah, she's gonna believe me. I'm getting to her. She's starting to doubt you. And Nicholas is like, no, Elizabeth's always gonna be loyal to me. Nope. Nope. I'm getting to her. And I'm like, see, that is dangerous. Esme's good at manipulating. And Nicholas is not good at showing he didn't do something. He tells on himself, right? So Elizabeth goes to the hospital and shows her coming out with the prenatal vitamins from wherever. Now, mind you, you're not pregnant. You're not a doctor. You're in the hospital you work at. You're holding this big bottle of prenatal medicine in your hand as you walk out from wherever you're getting them from. Now you carrying a big old black purse. Why wouldn't you put the bottle of prenatal medicine in your purse? Nobody would see it, but you got it in your hand. And as you're walking down the hallway, you run face to face into your father. And now you're like, what? Huh? Well, you knew Jeff was in town. Don't act like you've seen a ghost. You knew he was in town. now he's probably going to look down tomorrow and say, "Are you pregnant, Elizabeth? Are you pregnant?" Okay. Nicholas is coming out of Esme's room. He's putting on his jacket. He has the empty bottle of prenatal medicine. He then, you know how you walking down the corridors if you're going to go out the main doors of Windermere, because they've got the outside doors, a corridor, then double doors to the living room with the fireplace, right? So he's in the corridor. He's putting on his jacket. He takes the bottle of prenatal medicine, puts it on a credenza in that hallway, mind you, doing a perfect infomercial. So you can't see with my background screen. There we go. Pretend like you can read this. You know how when they're doing when they want to do some branding in a movie or a commercial, they always show the label. He sits it out, turns it so that the words prenatal, look, the housekeeper could see it, right? He made sure you could read what those were. And I thought, why would he turn it? Nobody just sits a bottle down perfectly like that for the flies to fly by to read the label, right? So, of course, somebody knocks on the door. And I said, of course, somebody knocks on the door. And Nicholas has the bottle turned so you can read it. If you just halfway step into his foyer or whatever you call it, you're going to look over there and you're going to say, what you doing with prenatal vitamins here? That is Nicholas. That's Nicholas. If I got prenatal vitamins and I've sat them down and somebody's knocking on my door, I'm going to pick them up and put them in my jacket pocket so nobody can see it. But not Nicholas, right? Not Nicholas. So it's Finn. Why Finn? Oh, he's trying to figure out why was Elizabeth on the docks to go see Nicholas and not coming to him. You know, she didn't come to him after she got attacked by Esme. But he did find out and they did talk about it. They did talk about it. But he's trying to figure out why was she going there to see Nicholas in the first place? Well, go ask Elizabeth, Finn. And which is one thing Alexis was telling him. Talk to Elizabeth. Are you guys even talking? Right? So he's going to see Nicholas. And my thing is, no, he's going to see those prenatal vitamins. I could see that set up and that writing on that wall. And Esme tells him this one request. It's Christmas time. Can we go out and cut a fresh tree? Because she told him some cock and bull story about cutting down a tree with either the adoptive parent's son, because the nanny got sick, and just the smell of the fresh tree, and that was just the best. Why didn't you say that last Christmas? You were staying right there with Spencer. You didn't say that. And Nicholas is like, I'm not taking you out for no, but that would do. Where am I going to run? I can't even run anymore. And I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? Let's go to the Christmas tree lot so that the PCPD can see you. Who has an axe? Because you're going to have to take an axe to cut down a real tree, right? Would you have an axe anywhere near Esme? Nope. It's not happening, sister. Bottom line, would you have a live tree anywhere near Esme? Nope. It's not happening, sister. Because we all know those brittles, the trees get brickly, and any kind, she'll start a fire in there so fast it ain't even funny. No, you're getting a fake tree. Mind you, I'm going to bring you one of them fake ones that have everything already on it. Throw it in your room. There you go. Now, Merry Christmas to you, chick. But Nicholas is actually thinking about it because he is Nicholas. That's how he's actually thinking about it. And it's going to go all 100% wrong. And then we had something interesting. Jeff Weber goes to see Heather Weber in Arkham, and he said, "Stay away from my family. You went near my grandson." And Heather's like, "Your grandson? Are you trying to be protective now? You have never been protective of your family. Never. You were not protective of our son, Stephen Lars, at all. You were never protective of your daughter. And you haven't even been around your grandkids. I went to Kelly's for the legendary BLT, right? Cameron happens to be the manager there, but I went for the BLT." And he's like, "I'm just warning you, you blah, blah." She goes, "Psh, look, let me tell you something." She said, "You married to that shrink. I know that's got to be lonely." And she's flirting at him. "So anytime, come on in here and see me." And he's like, "No." And she's touching his hand and he's sliding his hands out, And Ryan, the orderly or the caregiver, pushes Ryan into the room. And Ryan is looking over at her. She sees him, but she's flirting with Jeff and talking to Jeff. And then Jeff leaves, right? So then Heather is walking past Ryan and the caregiver to go into maybe that back utility room. And she stops and he's just looking at her. She's looking at him and she goes, "Ooh, if you could talk, I'm sure we've got a lot to talk about." And then she lifts back up and she walks by. She's like, "But you can't." Oops. So she walks by and Ryan is sitting in his chair and his fists are balling up. So there's definitely some history there. She probably let him know she was pregnant, or he found out she was pregnant and had given birth to his child, and Heather put that baby up for adoption. And it was probably years that Ryan didn't even know, was it a girl, was it a boy who had it. He and Esme did not find themselves, it, for later in life, because she was raised by her adoptive parents, and they haven't gotten back to, she killed them, but we haven't heard really that story on how, what, where, how she killed them. But anyway, that's all going to come out. So yeah, there's going to be something good with Ryan and Heather. I was kind of liking that exchange, everybody. So that is it for today. That's all I have. Let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Monique says, "It's amazing when Michael is putting all his energy to take down Sonny because of the Nina situation, but but wasn't this devoted when Sonny killed AJ? He forgave him in a few weeks. But the Nina thing is unacceptable. It took him longer than a few weeks to forgive Sonny where AJ was involved. As a matter of fact, Michael went so far as to changing his name from Corinthos to Quartermain. I remember that. And that was also the time that Michael took Avery from Sonny. He and Sabrina Santiago, they went to court. So yeah, Michael did some definite damage to Sonny during that period because he was pissed off, right? And this Chemo Beauty says, "At this point, Dex is very much into Josh, so he will continue to work for Sonny regardless. The whole time Sonny was talking to Dex, all I could think was, sit down, Grandpa." "I thought Miss Wu put something in Victor's drink. So what's up with that?" Great recap as always. Me too. I want to know what was this? What did she put in him? And then Dacia says, "Carly still sticking her nose where it doesn't belong in other people's business. Talk about Nina in other people's business." I know they both do the same. Willow's finding out that Nina is her biological mother. Willow finding out Nina's her biological mother. Carly lies her way out of trouble she's getting herself into. Some reason Nina is going to lose Sonny. Well, yeah, she was. To me, they were never a match anyway. because she does too much. Listen to other people's business, spies on other people, and you can't wait. Dashia says she can't wait until Jason Morgan returns. Um, she hopes it'll be soon. And then Tom says Cam will be the next Hook victim. I hope you didn't read that. I mean, I just say let Cam go off to college. And remember, he initially got accepted to college and on the West Coast. I don't know if I want Cameron Weber to die. I really don't. I don't want to see that. His, I mean, his character is not major, but not kill offable. Don't kill Cam. I can see Rory being killed before Cam. Ron says Sonny's back. This is the man you don't want to mess with. And Josh still doesn't get it. No, she doesn't. She'll come out. I took care of him. It was me. you know. Cindy says, looks like Carly might be planning to pile more fibs about Nina being Willow's bio mom. Look, I'm just gonna say lies. She's gonna lie. She already lied to Drew about the DNA results. He might forgive her for that, but it would be hard to forgive her if she adds more lies. Well, you said fibs, but lies, including lies of omission. She doesn't know about the leukemia, but she does know Willow is pregnant and wants to find her bio family. If Willow loses the baby for lack of a bone marrow match, Carly will have to live with that. Once she finds out that leukemia was involved, she might lose Drew and Michael too. Yeah, well, at that point, there's no need to tell, huh? If Willow dies and loses the baby, why would you say anything? Cindy says Sonny keeps referring to Jocelyn as his stepdaughter, but she isn't. He and Carly are divorced. Yeah, but he's been in Jocelyn's life all her life, and she is like a daughter to him. So just because he and Carly have divorced for the 7th time, look, they're going to be married again, number 8, and Jocelyn will be his stepdaughter again. He just has you don't break those ties, And then Lisa says, Sonny is acting like a jerk when he talks to Dex. Sonny doesn't care about Dex, that Dex was badly hurt and Jocelyn helped him. Willow needs to realize she needs a matching donor. Willow is right. Michael needs to focus on her health and pregnancy. It took a long time for Laura to forgive Valentine. Yes, she did. But she moved past it. It was very stupid to keep the necklace in the drawer. Thank you. I said that. $35 million necklace is a play toy for him, and he's fidgeting with it. If Drew finds out Carly is interviewing the woman before him, he'll be very angry with her. Yes, he will. I really hope Britt enjoys her big birthday bash. If I were Britt, I would move away before the Huntingtons got really bad. She will set everything up for when she gets to where she can't care for herself. And then Anna Rihanna says, Joss follows Dex like a puppy, slobbering puppy. Where's Cameron again? Joss needs to sit her silly behind down and stop acting like she has a handle on Dex. I know, a grown man. And she can't, and get a handle on your own boyfriend. I could see Sonny's point, not wanting to see Jocelyn hurt. I mean, he's getting ready to send Dex in an assignment where he doesn't even know his opponents well. He doesn't know the level of danger. He doesn't want Jocelyn nowhere near that. And Dex needs to now think about that. And Dex sees this new opportunity as a final nail in Sonny's coffin. I think Dex is his son. It's more than just working for Sonny. Michael will get found out. Bring the senior crew together to bring Victor down. Valentine is going the extra steps to get his boo free, set Anna free. It says, yes, the necklace is a hot mess. Wrap it up. Carly is keeping the deathbed promise as well as protecting herself. I agree that it would be best for it to come out with someone else and she could stay quiet and claim to have no knowledge of it. Yes, Britt is going, however, until her final days, she should be with Austin. I like her in Austin. And maybe she'll give him conservatorship over her affairs. I got double notification that you responded to my comments. That's what, you know what? My comments, I mentioned in the last really recap, they were doing some crazy things yesterday. I didn't even really see the comment. No, it looked as if I'd already talked about those comments because I had. I don't know where the fresh comments were. So there was some comment creepiness going on, everybody. Robin says, great recap. And Jakayla says, Willow is making me so angry. Patricia says, great review as usual, daily recap lady. You are right. I thought the same thing. Why didn't Dex tell Sonny that he had a lady friend in the other room? Sonny would understand. After all, Dex is a young man. Absolutely. A vow of chastity is not a job requirement working for Sonny. Hope Sonny and Cyrus team up to stop the seemingly unstoppable Victor. And Juanita says, I like Britt and Austin together too. And she also says, when Robert and Olivia were off on that trip, I forgot the reason I enjoyed their compatibility. I do like Robert and Olivia. They do bounce off of each other very well. Or she brings out, to me, a better side of Robert, a more engaging side of Robert. Juanita also said, I think Robert is going to go after Victor because of the necklace, just my opinion. And Sandy says, Dex doesn't want to stop working for Sonny. Why is Robert keeping the necklace in his desk drawer and sitting there playing around with it when he knows the deputy mayor works for Victor and she just walks in his office without knocking whenever she wants? That is so true. She does. She barges right on in there, bouncing him around, bossing him around. But look, Laura's back. Right. So that is it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner, thank you so much for all your comments. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.